South Texas's first high-definition newscast. KENSTV Eyewitness News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, I'm Sarah Lucero. Chris Maru has the night off. Well, she's been living, working, and paying taxes in the United States for more than a decade. But a local businesswoman now says the U.S. government is threatening to send her back to Germany for what she says is a technicality. Brian New has her story. The makers say it was an inspirational process to come up with a perfume and that they relied on divine guidance to get the fragrance just right. Good evening. Well, hot, dry, and no rain in sight. Mandatory water restrictions could be just days away. On the presidential campaign trail tonight, Senator John McCain making a swing through Texas. The presumptive GOP presidential nominee attended a private fundraiser at the San Antonio Country Club. He then stopped in Houston, where he made a speech on energy. Well, how long should it take TxDOT to fix a damaged highway safety barrier? A few days? The San Antonio water system says it had no idea water was damaging homes in a Southside neighborhood until it was too late. A water main broke at 9:30 yesterday morning. We recently went inside to learn the training secrets of this special task force. They are the ambassadors of the Mexican rodeo, known for their colorful dresses and side saddle style of riding. Well, its DNA has been flown across the continent as Cuero residents search for a final answer on their mysterious blood-sucking beast. Tonight, the much-anticipated results on the legendary chupacabra are back from experts at the University of California. And the I-Team's Joe Conger has the final chapter in the saga.
To paraphrase the old line, it's 10:15. Do you know where your car is? If you don't, Sarah might. She's been hitting the streets with some of San Antonio's repo guys to see how dangerous their job is. She's live outside now with more, and leave my car alone, Sarah.
Well, I'll think about it, Chris, but I am outside here with one of their main tools of the trade. It's a high-tech tow truck with all of the latest gadgets they need for their fast and furious job of swiping cars in the dead of night and making a clean and quick getaway. It's another night.
He knows he's on borrowed timer.
And another adventure. With adrenaline rushing, they move in to get their target and move out.
Where's that kickstand? Get that kickstand out.
All in a matter of seconds. Anything can happen, so they've got to be prepared.
He has put the threat of violence out there to us that he's going to do whatever it takes to keep the vehicle.
Mike Waldron's been a repo man for 18 years.
Off to the next one.
There's nothing he won't repossess.
Lamborghinis, limousines. I've even repossessed livestock.
But Waldron won't work alone.
I've been shot in the side of my leg, shot through my abdomen area, hit in the head with a bat, sliced with a box cutter.
The business can be dangerous. That's why these guys work in teams.
You're not bulletproof when you're out there. You always got to be watching your back.
First, field investigators find out where the car's kept.
I'll stake that thing out 24 hours until I get that car.
Then tow truck operators make their move late at night.
We don't break enterings to get a vehicle. You can't break into a garage to get a car at a house.
You go into all kinds of situations.
This is a conventional repo tow truck where in just a matter of seconds, with the push of a button, the lifting mechanism folds off the truck, is lowered to the ground. You can see where he's going to back it up and extend it underneath the vehicle. The claws on there will wrap around the wheels of the car, lift it, and this SUV is ready to roll.
Some people, their financial situations are beyond their control.
That was the case for the owner of this SUV, whom we're not identifying.
I have cancer, so I have to stop working. Yeah, it's hard because I have to be getting up. I'm going through chemo. And
Circumstances like hers make it hard for them to do their job sometimes.
When they come out and then they start telling you, their life story, then, it's just like you can't get attached.
They say other reasons for car repossession range from divorce to unemployment.
Greg, I'm with the South Texas Asset Recovery.
No one actually keeps count of the number of cars repossessed.
I got a 92 Buick Century on hook. Any case y'all have a key for the vehicle?
They got the key.
Who's got the key?
One estimate puts it at about 100 cars called in to police on any given night.
Going back up to it and let's rock and roll.
Taking care of business. You're doing a good thing for the creditors. You make the world go around. I got a family, you know, I got to support my family just like everybody else does.
In this business, we sort of help people get back on their feet. Miss 3 payments, we can help you get back on your feet real quick.
They are on the front line of defense, protecting the country from acts of terrorism in the sky. Officers with the Transportation Security Administration are responsible for spotting any weapons, knives, or bomb-making components someone may be smuggling onto a plane. And tonight, we have an inside look at how they prepare for their jobs. Our cameras aren't allowed to show you everything that happens behind this door, and we're not allowed to videotape anything on the X-ray monitors being checked by the screeners. It's security-sensitive information.
While I'm doing this, it's really important not to talk, not unless it pertains to our bag.
You may not agree with that, but the number of rapes, robberies, assaults, and burglaries are all up in San Antonio this year. The victims overwhelmingly women. But there are also more women taking a proactive approach. Last year, more than 11,000 women in Texas applied for a concealed gun license with the Department of Public Safety.
I know all my neighbors, was raised here.
Safety equipment on, eyes and ears.
And the house next door to it has gotten broken into.
Shooters, load and make ready.
My neighbors told me that the burglar was in my yard, walked around my house, then I decided to get a gun.
Fire.
The reasons are clear for Rosemary de la Rosa.
I'm not going to move. No burglar is going to scare me.
This 51-year-old grandmother lives with her daughter and granddaughter in their East Side home. She says 6 break-ins in a span of 2 weeks on her street convinced her it was time to protect her family.
I never thought in a million years that I would resort to getting a gun.
She's become one of the thousands of Texas women applying for a license to carry a concealed firearm.
I think more women are becoming more involved in, the shooting sports simply because they feel like they need to be able to protect themselves rather than relying on someone else to protect them. Make sure you get your safety equipment.
Michelle Hester and her mother run the Bullet Hole shooting range in southwest Bexar County. She says more and more women are taking the required concealed weapons course.
Put it after your last name.
On this particular weekend, of the 38 students in class, 5 were women.
I live by myself now, so I just wanted to feel safe and secure and kind of know the rules, regulations that go along with it.
To get licensed, all students must go through drills on the firing range and are instructed on the safest way to handle and fire a weapon. In a 10-month period last year, nearly 11,000 women in Texas became licensed to carry a concealed weapon.
It's a responsibility. It's a burden that you carry once you get a firearm.
In just the first 2 months of 2007 in San Antonio, crime is up almost 17% compared to the same time frame last year.
Next one down.
Oftentimes, Hester says as reports of crime increase, so do the number of people who want to arm themselves.
I think that women have come a long way and they need to do for themselves as far as protecting themselves, supporting themselves.
Rosemary de la Rosa hopes crime stays away from her home, but if it doesn't, she says she's ready.
Well, I just want them to know that now I'll be carrying a concealed weapon.
In San Antonio, when you break them down, some crimes spiked in January and February of this year. Forcible rape cases went up 90%, robberies 40%, burglaries almost as much, and aggravated assault reports also increased. For more on SAPD's crime reports, log on to mysanantonio.com, keyword web links. These new bikes without modifications can go as fast as 150 to 200 miles per hour, making it that much harder for police to catch them.
To be out here doing what we're doing on these bikes, you gotta...
Most of the time, herbal healing is more than just taking these products in a tea. Believers will also combine the use of candles, incense, and prayer as part of their treatment to get better.
They always want to do something that's related to, their religion.
By day, they may be working in the cubicle right next to you, maybe even delivering your mail.
But by night, they transform into a masked superhero or villain of the ring. They are the wrestlers of Lucha Libre de San Antonio. There are bad guys called rudos, and there are good guys called técnicos. It's a big night at the Texas Wolverine All-Star Gym.
No, Piloto rocks!
And fans are geared up for it.
I come every other Friday whenever there's Lucha Libre. Let me stab you guys.
Here, Friday night is Lucha Libre night, or Mexican wrestling.
Luchador is a different type of wrestling from American wrestling, and it's a lot more showman and the competitive.
It's a night for Nacho Libre to shine, and the Gato Diabolico, the diabolical cat, to get booed.
There's definitely several storylines. Somebody might just, have it out for somebody else and calls them out.
Whether they're good or evil, the men behind the wrestling masks work hard to put on a good show.
You get into the ring to work out, and you got to do all these things, these exercises, bumps that you have to take to learn how to fall. You got to know what you're doing.
Lemus, too, comes from a family of luchadores. His dad and nephew are Lemus 1 and 3. He's 40 and still going strong.
It takes months to 2 years to perfect these types of techniques. This wrestler Piloto has been doing it since February. Are you okay?
That's February of last year, and he's fine. He's used to the falls. I, on the other hand, had sore muscles for days after trying to learn several moves, but the wrestlers love what they do.
I'd have to say it's the fans or the adrenaline that you get when you're out there.
He's known as Piloto Suicida, or Suicide Pilot, a name that fits his wrestling style and his alter ego's personality.
I rely more on speed, agility, and flying, so me being a suicide pilot, I put my body through as much, maybe even more, just to keep my opponent down.
Part of a Mexican wrestler's mystique is never revealing his true identity.
Lucha Libre shows seem to bring out a lot more people that are just, wanting to see that and to kind of keep the tradition going.
Promoter Luis Bazan says the mask gives luchadores a larger-than-life persona, and it keeps fans coming back for more.
I know there's going to be a day that I'll have to, give up this, but I don't think it's anywhere close to being soon.
It's a lot of fun.
I like it. I mean, we're all a big family here.
For more on the upcoming wrestling matches, go to mysa.com, type in the keyword web links, or call 531-0201.
Even before that warning, many diabetics say they're losing faith in modern medicine.
And tonight we've discovered a growing number of diabetics in South Texas and Mexico who are trading in their medicine for an herbal tea they say has healing powers.
The tea is wonderful.
They are closer to normal, and they've only been taking the tea for about 2 weeks.
Medical experts say the danger with an herbal product like this is that there isn't enough research done on it yet to know how much is safe to take.
Those are the dangers of taking some of these supplements.
They move in fast, making split-second life or death decisions with every step.
It's the weapons of mass destruction training that we do.
These FBI SWAT agents are undergoing special training to prepare them for hostage rescues, heavily armed criminals, and counterterrorism raids involving chemical or biological agents and explosives.
They have to remain proficient because they can be called out at a moment's notice. So they train regularly, and they train very, very hard and very, very well.
Joining FBI SWAT is voluntary but highly competitive. Candidates must pass rigorous testing. And because of the nature of their work, the agents asked us to keep their identities secret. To stay on top of their game, they come out to this training facility at Camp Bullis at least once a month.
Pretty much every time they go out, they're confronted with some different situation, some different house, some different style of cover that a threat is using. And so they try to vary their training.
Go ahead and just shoot one round.
On this day, we joined them as they ran through a drill raiding a building where an armed gunman might be hiding.
Now, do you recall really
Trying to look at what he...
two things? One,
looking at his hands to see what he had.
Right.
Do you recall seeing anything?
No, I did not. I just saw a man who looked threatening.
Right.
Turns out my paper target was unarmed, and I forgot to take aim.
Here's one right here.
Not only do the agents have to wear this cumbersome gas mask, the gear itself weighs at least 50 pounds, making it that much harder to carry out their mission.
You're going to come in, you're going to assess. What happens if it's a bad guy? Boom, I shoot.
Well, I shot at my paper target, but wasn't expecting the instructor to be posing as an armed suspect.
Did I hit you?
No, I'm shooting at you.
After several drills and some coaching, it's time to go in with the entire SWAT team in full gear. They try to make the scenarios feel as real as possible, with many of the sights and sounds they might encounter. The training, I can say, is no easy feat.
Anytime someone goes into law enforcement, you're looking at someone who wants to do more, who is all about putting their hands on the bad guy, stopping evil.
Agents join SWAT knowing they'll face constant danger.
I think what you're looking at is an individual who takes pride in their fitness and their service to God and country. One way they execute that is to be a SWAT team member.
We got a warrant for your arrest. Open the door now. Stay where you at. Don't go inside.
They're firm.
You want me to kick that door down and come get you?
Intimidating.
Ma'am, don't argue with me.
And show no fear.
Ma'am, stay where you at. Can you open that door? We asked you that 5 million times.
That's how it goes when a fugitive doesn't cooperate.
All right, step back, sir.
This woman failed to appear in court, and now she's wanted.
Turn around! I don't have nothing. Okay, that's what I said. Come here.
She panicked when these two men showed up looking for her, so she and her husband locked the doors and wouldn't come out.
Let me explain you something. I'm talking. I told you who I was, what I'm here for.
She finally did, and it's now under control. But minutes before...
anything could have happened now. They could have come out with a gun because there's no lies. There's no telling what they're up to.
It's all in a day's work for Claude McGuire and Daryl Pearson, Bexar County bounty hunters.
We're going to take her to Bexar County Sheriff Department and have a process from there.
But not every day ends in a capture for 57-year-old Daryl and 34-year-old Claude. These guys work all hours of the day and night, checking up on locations where their fugitive may be hiding, even trying to convince family members to get him to turn himself in.
You understand why we're here? Because we have felony warrants for him.
The partners start every day with a stack of files of criminals who skipped out on their bond put up by local bail bondsman Billy Wells. They then figure out who to find first and how to cover the most ground. On one day we were out with them, they brought in 3 fugitives.
I tell everyone that we train, don't quit your day job.
But as Billy Wells, the director of a National Bounty Hunters Association, says, many days you come up empty-handed.
It's not all glamour. It's mostly hours and hours of surveillance and boredom and knocking doors and frustration sandwiched with a few seconds of excitement if you're able to apprehend the target that you're after.
You are under arrest.
Few people do the job full-time like Daryl and Claude, whose 12 years of experience between them serves these partners well.
Step out. Don't resist arrest. Hands up!
They both realize the danger in hunting down criminals.
I'm going to have to do what I have to do to defend myself.
At the end of the day, the reward they get is more than just the money.
I like what I do, is that I get a chance to tell you what will be best for you. So that way, once you get out of jail, you can think about all these advice that I gave you and see if you can change. I'll take the challenge to go after you and apprehend you and take you to jail. That way, people can feel safer.
Better to hang on both sides? Yeah. Here we go.
Dive in, rescue swim out.
Right.
You see it all too often. When the roads become treacherous and cars are swept away, leaving unlucky motorists trapped and helpless, there is a team you can count on.
If something happens, we want to be the people that are there, and that's the way all firefighters are.
Lieutenant Joe Jones is a member of the Swiftwater Rescuers, whose job is to go in when the water is too high and it's too dangerous for anybody else.
Where when we get called out, we have, it could be nighttime or it could be daytime.
We might know the area a little bit, but the dynamics of the water change with the rain.
Conditions like this are rare, where the flow is over 6,000 cubic feet per second, making training right now ideal.
So the first part of rescue swimming is keeping your head up when you're in the water, and you're kicking your feet. It's a normal kind of freestyle, stroke.
It's hard to imagine the force of this furious current until you're actually in it.
What you have to bear in mind is when we're out there doing this kind of stuff, the firefighters, the rescue team alike, they're out there for 24, 48 hours at a time when it's the real bad floods, and they've been doing this kind of stuff the whole time. So you can imagine the exhaustion factor and how it plays in.
While the circumstances of any rescue situation vary, team members always practice 4 rescue techniques: yell, throw, row, and then go.
Probably the most difficult part is trying to calm the individuals down.
If rescuers can't tell their victim how to get to safety, the next step is to either extend a ladder or throw out a safety rope and bring the person in.
There you go.
To get good at it, you must practice.
Oh, no!
And hold on to the rope.
Ooh.
Next technique, move in by boat or jet ski.
Yeah.
That's how you drag a person into the boat, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty much.
And the final option, jump in after the victim.
Visualize right now with this kind of current. There's a car right here, okay? You gotta wade out to the car, and then you gotta get the people and wade back in. Yep, big drop.
These guys know all too well the risks and unpredictable nature of their jobs.
Knowing that you help someone out of a situation that they could not help themselves.
And it's exactly why they do it.
We don't do it to get thanks or notoriety.
It's their way of giving back.
We don't do it for glamour. We don't do it for fame.
And giving that person who could have lost their life a chance to see another day.
We do it because we believe it's the right thing to do and because we like helping people.
They are elegant, ornate, with flashy maneuvers that flow gracefully.
So they stay on, even if they fall, even if they break a leg or break an arm. They know that they're going to get hurt, but it's something that they love and it's something that they grew up with.
They are the Escaramuza team of the San Antonio Charro Association, the female competitors of the Mexican rodeo.
It's a good tradition and part of San Antonio.
Escaramuzas joined the Charros in the 1950s, representing the women who would ride alongside men during the Mexican Revolution. Their role was to create an escaramuza, or a skirmish, with their horses to confuse the enemy.
And then that's when the men come in. That's when the men come in. Once the opposing armies confused, the federales were confused, the revolutionaries would come in and attack.
Today, these girls are keeping a tradition alive.
This is the way they used to ride.
They have a passion for the sport and a love of horses.
It's a passion for our history. And of course, all these girls are excellent horsewomen.
Some girls start as young as 4. The ones on this team are 13 and up. Many have been riding for at least 10 years.
You got it!
Now, why is my leg all twisted?
Okay.
And put it up there.
The escaramuzas make riding side saddle in a traditional Mexican dress look effortless, but perfect spacing, symmetry, and speed takes lots of practice.
There it goes. Hold your back a little bit.
They're dangerous because they're running and they crisscross, and it's real pretty. They just flow.
The biggest difference in riding side saddle is how you balance on the horse, but the girls say once you get used to it, you feel a lot more secure in the saddle, and it's a lot more elegant and feminine. It's a tradition that's been handed down generations, and one that Mundo Rios hopes young women will continue.
We have a lot of young kids here, and as long as they keep following our tradition, hopefully we get more kids and teach them a little bit of where we come from and who we are.
This one's called The Street Disease.
This is 19-year-old Jasmine Centeno.
This world of mine, it takes my time. Please wake me when I'm free. I cannot bear this captivity.
A captivity not within the walls of this jail, but her life on the outside.
So what I did, I went back out there. This time around, they raped me and beat me up and left me for dead. I got 2 stab wounds right here.
That's how Centeno says she ended up after a childhood of drugs, robbery, and ultimately prostitution that she began at the age of 11. That's how she says she supported her parents, their drug habits, and a younger brother. And why today, addicted to drugs, tired, and scared, she prefers to be here with the women in this unit.
Just do what she said. Everybody has to turn them in.
Most inmates can't wait to do their time and get out. They miss what the rest of us love most.
My children, of course, and the freedom, I guess. Going outside, the air. As you see, we have no windows here.
How bad is it? I wanted to experience it myself.
Spread them.
So we arranged for this overnight stay at the women's jail.
Let me use the word. Relax your hand.
Following the same routine used for all women doing time in the county lockup.
Pull the door open.
It is here where I met Jasmine and the other women who became my fellow inmates for 24 hours. The only personal space you have is your bunk bed. The only items you own are the ones you're allowed to keep at the foot of your bed. Everything else, from the prison blues on your back to your underwear, are items shared by all prisoners.
You can forget about privacy in these units. Everything you do, from the showers to using the restroom facilities, is in the company of 47 other inmates. Every minute of your day is accounted for. All freedoms and dignity are lost.
I don't really like being here. It scares me.
Vanessa Gonzalez is doing several months for drug possession. So is Lisa Cupp and many of the other women in here. Many of these inmates are also mothers who want to get out of here and go back home to their children.
I think it's more harder on them than it is me.
Jasmine doesn't worry about that.
I remember when I had him, I got high that day.
She gave up her son, Joseph Rene, right after he was born. He's now 1 and being raised by his father.
And I didn't want what my family did to me to do to him, so I let it go, and I let him go.
Jasmine's story isn't uncommon. One bunk over, 31-year-old Dawn Tanner has a similar past, 4 children, and a tragic connection to Jasmine.
I know her because my mom's coke dealer was her mom and dad's coke dealer. And the next thing you know, me and Jasmine are hanging around with the same coke dealer that our parents hung with out on the streets, hooking and working escort services to support our drug habit.
Like Jasmine, she's lost all hope for the future.
Do you want to be let out?
No. To me, it's better in here. At least your family knows where you're at. At least you know that you're alive or dead.
And as she says in her poem, she surrendered to a life of imprisonment.
Because I don't feel the Lord. I only hear what I hear, and I don't receive the word. So regardless of what anybody says, I'm not in hell. I found my freedom here in jail.